My video for November the 28th, 2019, video number 3288, is entitled, "We Will Be So Thankful When It's Obvious." It's true. We have much to be thankful for. At least many of us do. I am thankful that I am still alive and able to play a small role in helping people wake up from a long history of corruption in high places. Of course, the corruption would not have had so great an impact if not that the creator of everything allowed anything. Not only were reprehensible deeds allowed, the purveyors of dastardliness were able to rise to positions of power and control all over the world. If the current president of the disunited states was actually able to drain the swamp as promised, we might even find peace on earth. Of course, there are segments of society that are terrified of having the swamp drained. It is the so-called money masters that became the swamp. Money is not the root of all evil, but the lust for money as power is the cause of pain and suffering on this planet. Yes, if we could eliminate greed and learn to cooperate instead of competing for advantage, the gain would go to common folk rather than only the elite rulers that have behaved so inhumanely for so long. Personally, I would be very happy and thankful if we were enlightened enough to stop the wars, overt and covert. Yes, this is the Thanksgiving Day message. Now, I know people all over the world don't celebrate Thanksgiving at the same time, or maybe not even at all, like we do in the United States. But the people that came here from Europe met the people that were already here. So the people that came from Europe did not discover America. America was already inhabited by what we would now refer to perhaps as Native Americans. They were the so-called Indians because some of the people that came from Europe thought that they were finding a route to India, not realizing that there were two continents in between Asia and Europe when sailing to the west. Anyway, folks, Thanksgiving is a time to be grateful. And as I said, I am grateful that even though they thought I was going to die a few years back, 3 or 4 years ago, I didn't die. I survived and somewhat thrived. I mean, I can't say everything is the way that I'd like it to be if I could create my own perfect life. But I have it a lot better than a lot of people. And I'm saddened by the fact that there is still so much disharmony all over the world. As I referred to the president, of course, Trump, president of the disunited states. I have never seen this nation so disunited as it has been since Trump was elected president. There are segments of society that backed Hillary that were they are part of the money masters. Now, I'm not saying Hillary herself or a Bill or the Bushes, these were only actors playing on a stage. The real money masters are the ones behind the scenes that control the puppets on the stage. Sometimes I think the Donald Trump is just another puppet. And I have reasons to believe that I've stated in some of my videos. Nevertheless, he is the president of the United States who was elected. And I think it's ridiculous for people to keep fighting against him. Let's try to cooperate. Again, competing is the problem. A competition and a lust for money and power is the problem. If we could learn to use our resources to uplift people, that would be good. Now, the founder of Amazon, I guess it is, somebody sent me a video asking me if it was true that the founder of Amazon is donating lots and lots and lots of money to charitable organizations. Well, that would be good if the charitable organizations actually helped ordinary people. But if they're run by a corporate group, which usually they are, the corporate group can be, not necessarily is, but can be evil in its intent. It's about control. It's about power. It's not really about benevolence. Greed is the problem. Greed is something that we have to let go of. We have to wake up. We have to rise up individually within ourselves from, actually, it's almost to go down from our mind to our hearts and open our hearts to loving, instead of keeping our minds activated about controlling others. I don't want control over anyone. I would be so thankful if God would exercise a little bit of control in stopping the insanity. But with an anything goes God, we don't have love in a dominant role. We have lust for power and control. That's the domination. And it's been going on, folks, for a long time, before there was Thanksgiving. I'm grateful that the Native American people were, at that time, open enough to actually share the bounty. Otherwise, some of the people that landed here in the winter time would not have survived. Many of them did die coming over of scurvy and other things, which are vitamin deficiencies. We know that now. They didn't know that then. But it was the Native American people that enabled the survival of European settlers that landed in what we now call New England, the 6 states in the northeastern part of the United States. It was the Native Americans who enabled them to survive that first harsh winter. And of course, the Europeans also brought with them diseases that were not known, and so there was no resistance to the diseases by the Native Americans, and many of them got sick and died because they didn't have that in their immune system, if you will. So there's a lot of things to be thankful for and a lot of things that still need correction. And I'd like to see some real correction, starting with the creator of all that is. I'd like to see a correction of an anything goes attitude to an attitude of supporting those that are good and those that want everyone to prosper and find peace and be in health. I would like to see a God who took responsibility for creation and not just threw his hands up and say, you can do whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Because those that would take such an invitation to heart would abuse those that they considered slaves. And I don't consider any race, any religion, slaves. I think many of us are dead in the respect that we're unaware, but we're alive in the respect that we still have the ability to take in air and take the oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. And there's a symbiotic relationship in creation between plants and animal life, if you will. And I'm now referring to humans as animal life. There's a symbiotic relationship. That's the way creation was meant to be, symbiosis. Thank you for listening, and namaste.